are you doing, after game 7 and all that?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot better than I have been the last couple of days. Today is definitely the best day. My headache's basically gone away. Uh, I mean, I still feel like I'm in a fog, like pretty slow. But other than that, like there's nothing too much going on.
Did they diagnose you with a concussion?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I couldn't imagine what else it was. Yeah.
This was a kind of a tough postseason from a injury standpoint. You showed how tough you are, playing through the other things you went through. Is that any concern for you at all going forward that, you got banged up pretty good this postseason?
I mean, no, other than the concussion, the other two aren't that serious of injuries. It's nothing that I should be really worried about. Obviously the concussion with your head, you want to be careful with that, but no, I think I've been banged up a lot of the year. You always go through nicks and bruises, so it's nothing too new and nothing I think I'm very concerned about at all.
Do you remember anything after the hit? The truly hit? I mean, it was just.
No, I can recall. I know we had a power play in the first period. I remember that at the very start of the game, and then after that, I don't remember anything until I can remember parts of watching it in Billy's office in the third period, and then I remember KK driving me home a bit, and then I don't remember anything until like halfway through the next day, probably.
This is the first time it's been that serious. It's kind of.
Yeah, this is the worst one, but yeah, so it's a little bit scary when you don't remember anything. You have people like I have the doctors tell me what I was doing in the dressing room, and I don't even remember like the hit, getting off the ice or anything. So seeing that stuff and hearing it from other people is definitely a little bit scary.
I don't know how to ask this other than to say, do you fear it could change the way you approach the game? I mean, you play with a lot of energy and so forth. Inevitably, that affects people and how they choose to play, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to affect me. That's something that it's going to happen in the game of hockey. Concussions are a thing, unfortunately, and I'm never going to let that get in the way of. I'm never going to let fear get in the way of me playing my game and me being an effective player out there. So I think, yeah, obviously stuff like that can happen. It's scary, and it's a tough thing to go through. But I mean, there's no reason for me to stop being fearless, stop playing hard, stop bringing energy to the team.
On the positive side about your season, I don't know what you envisioned as far as what a good rookie season would look like. Obviously it was good, but how did you feel about the NHL game after a season and how you fit into it?
Yeah, I think I definitely had my ups and downs throughout the year, just in terms of how I thought I was fitting in and how my role was going to be. But I think definitely towards the end of the regular season into playoffs was how I envisioned myself being an effective player in the NHL and on the team. I think my game was at the best it's ever been. The last, say, 20 games of the regular season and into playoffs, and that was the best hockey I've played in my life. So just knowing I have that ability and being able to build off that and going into the off season with the confidence of how I played that last bit of hockey is big for me mentally and just for my ability.
I don't want to harp too much on the injury. It's unfortunate we're talking about this when you had such a good season. Did you have any issue with the hit?
I watched it a few times. I don't think so. Obviously, it was the pass. I was kind of moving the pass into Jordo, driving to the net, so my body was kind of like this and turned. And so when I turned, he came to hit me. So I think if my body stayed kind of straight and I just moved it like that, I don't think it would have been shoulder on shoulder. I would have been fine. But I think since I turned, it kind of opened my kind of whole front of my body up, which obviously he's a bigger player than I am. So his shoulder's a little bit closer to my head. And I don't have a problem with the hit. It's a hard hit, but it's just unfortunate that that's kind of had to end my season like that.
So as the years go by, you hear other players say something like, I hear you get beat up in the playoffs. I guess you'll have quite a story to
Oh,
tell.
I'll be able to. They'll be preaching to the choir. I know exactly how they're feeling.
What did you learn this year? Like, what was the biggest thing you learned playing a season in the NHL?
Oh, there's a billion things. Probably on the ice, just the amount of attention to detail there is in the game, not only in our systematic stuff, but just in the full out effort and competitiveness of it. You can't just stop for a second. You can't take a second to think, breathe, or anything. It happens so fast that everyone says the game moves quick and the stuff comes at you fast, but it's a whole nother level when you're out there on the ice, how quick everything's moving and how fast you have to react to stuff. So you can't really calm down and take a break. And then off the ice, just I've said it all year, taking care of my body. It's something I've never had to live on my own. So doing that was a big switch for me, but I had guys around me who were willing to help me at all times. And we're on the road so much that it's not that big of a deal when I'm home. So on the road, it's a lot easier to kind of just go with the teammates and take care of stuff that way.
Rod Brindamore seems to love you. Can you kind of describe what that relationship has been like?
Yeah, it's been really cool. I'm glad you said that, because he's been someone that from the second I stepped into camp last year, I've looked right up to, just the way he kind of controls the room, the team, wherever he's at. He always wants to be a leader, always wants to be kind of the head of the thing, and have other people follow him. And that's something I've been drawn towards. I think obviously as a coach, he's the best you're going to get. He's played forever, knows exactly what we're going through. So I think you can't get much better as a coach, especially as a young guy, than him coming to the league and helping me out. And then as a person, you're never going to find someone nicer, more down to earth, someone that's going to give it to you straight, not going to kind of beat you around the bush about anything. So I can't say enough good words about him and what he's done for me this year.
Did you experience any tough love moments?
I mean, yeah, I think everyone does. Obviously I'm going to go through probably a little bit more than some of the older guys, but I mean, I love that. Seeing him yell at me just means he cares. Obviously, you got to take kind of what he's saying and not how he's saying it, because he can get intense. But I mean, it's awesome. He's done worlds for me just in this 8 months I've been here.
How about his workout regimen? Have you witnessed
Oh, yeah. I try to, right when I see him kind of put in his headphones and walk to the gym, I'm walking the other way. So I try to steer clear of that. But yeah, he could, yeah, he would dust me in any kind of workout probably.
Are your teeth good?
Yeah, they don't hurt as much anymore. Thankfully, my lip went down. That was probably starting to get the most annoying and painful. But the teeth, I have another X-ray on Monday just to make sure if anything dies. They're suspecting probably a couple root canals, but I mean those these days are about as easy as cavities, is what they were saying. So I'm not too worried about it.
Do they pop them back into place, basically?
No, they're still sitting back a little bit. So I kind of have like a lisp almost, and every time I talk, I can hear something. It's like, that doesn't sound normal, but it doesn't hurt anymore, which is nice.
They can stay that way, or?
I hope not. We're sponsored by Invisalign, so I'm trying to get a nice little deal here. Yeah, try to help me out. So if anyone's watching from Invisalign, help me out.
You got a
please.
good smile.
Oh,
so
well,
carry on.
I don't know about that.
Is it, I mean, you're a young guy and I think everybody is aware, even when you're young, the price you pay sometimes to play hockey. Is that, do you think about that at all? That the toll it can take on your body, and you're just starting out at this level?
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything in sports. Whatever sport you play, it's going to take a toll in different ways. Obviously, hockey's a fast physical sport, so it's going to kind of wear and tear you a little bit more. But I mean, if I worried about that, I wouldn't be playing hockey. I play this for going out there in front of 19,000 people screaming every night and going out there and trying to score and win games. So there's a lot more pros than cons, especially in that aspect of the game.
You know, a lot of the guys who come and talk to us are veteran guys, and they talked about how maybe this was the best team they played on and how this team is close. Do you get that feeling as a new guy in the league? Do you know that this team is that close, or are you kind of still taking everything in a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Obviously, with the older guys, you hear them talk about, like, especially like Fishing, those guys when they came in the league, like the team wasn't very good. They struggled. So knowing how good we are now and seeing their excitement kind of makes me realize like, oh my God, like we're a solid team. We have a chance, and especially being a young team, it's the future is definitely now, and that's what I think everyone's kind of looking towards. But I mean, yeah, this year we had a super special team. Obviously I don't know what it's like on any other team. I haven't been around long, so I can't compare it to anything. But I mean, just the way everyone interacted with each other in the locker room, I don't think you're going to find many better locker rooms than you did here. And it sucks because it's going to probably change a little bit in the off season. But I mean, yeah, this was a really good team. And for me, for my first year, I don't think I could ask for a better group of guys, staff, or anyone around me.
Are you gonna just continue to be here and be evaluated?
Yeah, I got a vestibular test tonight. Then I got an eye test tomorrow, and then I got another X-ray on Monday, and then hopefully by then I'll be cleared to go.
Where would you go from there? To the beach or somewhere?
Back home to Winnipeg, beautiful Winnipeg, Manitoba. Yeah.
Do you think at some point you're gonna sit back and just think, what the heck, just.
Yeah, I'm
what
sure.
happened?
I'm sure when my grandma sees me, she'll give me a few pieces of her mind just on what happened and what she saw, because I know she was definitely panicking a little bit. But no, I think I'll take a couple days to reminisce on what I just went through.
You touched on young core, and now you're a part of factoring in on that. How much hope and excitement does that give you for the future, knowing that Svetch is only 22? I know it was a short sample size. Piotr, Fishy, they're all super young, so you could have this core for 10, 15 years.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about how young, like Fishy. I don't know how old he is. He's 24, but he plays like he's 28. Like he's so good. So having him be that young, like you said, Svetch, Nechi, KK, Peter, like there's a ton of us that are kind of below that 25-year-old range. And it's crazy to think about that we can have impact players be that young. And it's obviously, like you said, super exciting for the team and for the fans.
All right, thanks, Jarvis.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.